So, today's review, the Demko knives, production knife, the AD20.5. Now, this is, well, it's my understanding that this is Andrew Demko's first production knife away from cold steel. Now, this is, again, my understanding that it was made in the same factory that produces cold steel knives. Now, let's get down to, well, the length. We've got a blade length of right about 3 inches and a quarter. So 3 1/4 inches of blade length. Handle length, we're looking at about 4 1/2, giving us a overall length of 7 1/2 inches. Now, this locking mechanism is what Andrew Demko's calling the shark lock. Now, to operate this mechanism, you don't just go straight back, you go straight back and up, and there we have that. Okay, it's a fun little fidgeting knife. Of course, it's also running on ball bearings. Now, being a production knife, for us folks that can't afford Andrew Demko's custom knives, this knife, once all the a-holes get out of the way, will run you somewhere in the neighborhood of $150. But, well, once all the a-holes get out of the way, the price may jump up. Currently, you can find it being sold on eBay by those a-holes for right around $200. Why is it right around $200? Well, let's go into why it's currently being sold on eBay for $200. All those a-holes bought it at Blade Show the moment it dropped. Currently, Andrew Demko's knives, they're the hot new thing. That's why all these eBay sellers are selling them for $50 to $100 over retail, which really kind of sucks for all of us collectors, because we end up having to either sit out the production knife until more are made, which could take a year, or we pay the price. Well, I paid the price. I was in an eBay auction. I got bidded up. Okay, it happens. I mean, you're in an auctioning on a hot new item. You know, so fidget factor aside, you know, it's a great little knife. Let's see, we've got the Andrew Demko logo here in the pivot area, stamped on some sort of cheap plasticky type material, Grivix I think they call it. And on the other side, right there around the pivot area, we've got his hometown in Pennsylvania. Alright, not bad. But, well, not really the downside to this knife. is it's AD10 steel, which, for a knife that, if it was being sold on the regular market like Blade HQ or Knife Joy, it'd be a fair price and a fair steel for $150. But again, well, I got suckered into an eBay auction and I paid the price. It's still a great knife. Now, it comes in a nice, solid, hard cardboard box, far better than the cold steel boxes, even though still out of the same factory. And we've got a nice nylon carry case, a little man clutch purse for all of you knife geeks to put your Demko knife AD20.5 in. Now, not like all the other knife guys, let's go ahead and do a few comparisons. We're going to do a comparisons to the AD10, which is an Andrew Demko designed knife manufactured by Cold Steel. And as you can see, side by side, the AD10 dwarfs the hell out of the 20.5. Alright, and comparing it to the Cold Steel AD15. Again, another production knife designed by Andrew Demko, made by Cold Steel. The AD15 has a fun little fidget factor, that scorpion lock, but this shark lock, that has quite the fun little fidget factor. You could sit here all night flipping that open. Okay, now, in my opinion, the downside, that spring in there, you gotta be kind of worrisome, just like the springs in the Benchmade bug out, or any Benchmade for that matter, where good springs holding a steel pin in place. Now, I've never had any issues with the springs in that. I've heard people breaking them all the time. That happens when you sit there with the locking mechanism and you flip it, slamming that steel against the spring all night long, and basically you don't have nothing to do with this free time you have. So you sit there, fidget with it until the spring breaks. Okay, that's my opinion on how the spring breaks in those things. The spring breaks on this. Well, currently they don't make a replacement spring that I've seen. Of course, well, it's a knife. It's made to cut. It's made to use. It's not made to sit and fidget with all night long. You want something to fidget with? Try something else other than a expensive knife. Now, then, what else? This is a pretty, decent knife for Angel Demko's first production run. Now, as everyone that knows that Angel Demko, this is not his first knife. It's actually his, well, he's got 3 custom knives under him that have his name on it, the Demko knife name. This, however, is the first production. That means this one is the first one where it was made by the thousands. Overall, it's a pretty good knife. When the a-holes stop buying them up to resell them for overinflated prices, go and pick yourself up one. You'll be happy with it.